So I'm going to do a video on how to use MT5, but I'm going to do it right from the beginning on how to download it, how to set it up, and also mention a few comparisons to MT4. So I've literally just registered, or shall I say my partner's just registered for a demo account for Alpha Capital. They didn't have a platform on their website, so I'm going to go straight to Google and I'm going to download the MetaTrader 5 from Google. So this is the first time I've had to do it this way, because normally when you sign up with a broker, you can download the platform direct from their website. So I'm just hoping that this is going to work. And then obviously when you do download it, so I've got Windows, and you set it up, you need your login credentials, which would have been emailed from the broker itself. So I'll just open this up. Minimize this. We just go next. And you don't really need to sign up for the services or anything like that. Just wait till it loads. Right, so just pause the video while it was loading. Usually you have this page no matter where you download the trading platform from, if it's from a broker or just directly from Google, like I've just done there, and it'll just say like, sign up, but you don't need to do this at all. So I'll just cross that off. And then what it's done is, obviously when it downloaded the file, I clicked on it and I opened it, which is this here. So this is what your platform will generally look like when you first open it. So now what we want to do is, I'm just gonna bear with this moment, I've just crossed it off. I'll get it back up. All right, so this is what the platform will look like when it first loads on your computer. So the first thing that you want to do is you need to link it to your broker, and you do that by logging in with the credentials, like I mentioned before, and that would have been emailed to you from the broker where you've set up the account. Make sure obviously you check in junk if there's nothing there. If you still can't see anything, then obviously reach out to your broker. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the email. I've put a little green box over the details, even though it is demo. But I've just covered that anyway. So the details I'm going to need to log in are the account number, the password, that's blocked here, and then the server. So the server one is quite important, and it's the one that you're going to put in first. This kind of searches the broker for you then to obviously log into. So it has to be exact. It's case sensitive. So everything has to be exact like this. So what we're going to do is go back to the platform. And we're going to go over to File. Now on MT4, you would normally go to Log into Trade Account. But for some reason, MT5, it doesn't let you kind of look for new servers when you do it this way. It's more that if you've already kind of logged into a server on the platform, then it'll kind of bring the details up. So what we're going to do is go to Open an Account, and we're going to search for the server. So if we go back to here again, see if we can copy this one. Yeah, I click copy, and I'm going to paste in here. Find your company. There it is there. So we're going to find the server there, and as you can see, so normally when you go to log into a trade account on an MT4, this would normally come up, but on MT5 you have to put open an account, search for the broker, and then obviously select connect with an existing trade account. So we don't want these two because we've already got an account. We just need to log in. So remember, the server is really important, and a lot of people they have problems signing in, and it's always usually the server details. So I can see already that this says demo, and I can recall by looking at this, it says live. So I'm going to change this to live, and then I'm literally going to pause the video while I log in. Oh. All right, so now I'm logged in. You'll see your account number at the top. And if you just go to where it says trade down here, you'll see the balance as well. So I know that it's definitely linked up to my broker account. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate you around the screen so that it doesn't look so overwhelming, and we're going to just kind of dissect it and go over. I'll talk over each bit briefly, and then we'll kind of delve in a little bit deeper. So first of all, I'm going to drag this down here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open one of these boxes, these windows right now. I'm going to open this. And then obviously it's not shown any chart, so I'm simply just going to drag and drop. So what we're going to do now, like I say, is I'm going to just dissect it and go over one each at a time. So obviously you can see this is your chart. This is where you can see price action. You've got your quote price, quote currency down the right-hand side here. You've got your dates and the times along the bottom. You've got the tabs, which show you different currencies. Obviously we just have to kind of drag and drop. And you won't have to do this all of the time. This is just obviously with it being new. Don't know if I've done that one. Never mind. So I've got those there. Right, so that is the chart. Then you've got this section down here, which on MT4, it's called the terminal. And on MT5, it's called the toolbox. Now, when I first used or tried MT5, I crossed this off and I was panicking because I couldn't find it because I was looking for terminal and it was toolbox. So anyway, this is called the toolbox. So we'll start off down here. So I've got this toolbox here. This is where you'll see all of your trades. So when you buy and you sell, they'll come up down here with these details, and you'll see obviously the profit and loss kind of flickering here. And I would say that especially at the beginning, you probably won't need to use any other tabs, but you can obviously go onto the calendar, which shows you any like news, upcoming news, if it's your red folder, events, anything like that. And obviously you've got your journal, which shows you everything that you've done. And same with obviously your history of your trades as well. So that's it for that. It's quite straightforward, quite simple. There's other things you can do in this toolbox once you've got live trades in, but I'll kind of come back to that. Then the next one, you've got your navigator. So this basically another box where you probably won't really need to use, especially if you're just starting out. This is where if you've got kind of say more than one accounts that you've had signed in, you can kind of log in via here. You can like switch between them. You can kind of add indicators in here, expert advisors. So for example, I've got a pip counter on mine, and you can set it up through your data window, and it will kind of be lying in here to load onto the chart. So, but I'm not going to go into any of that right now because this is just really a basic video, just navigating around MT5 and just highlighting some of the changes that I've noticed. Then you've got this box, which is your market watch. So this is where everything that you're able to trade will be in here. Now, there is ways to search ones that you can see. There's only a few there right now. So there is ways to search, but again, we'll come back to this. And then at the top, obviously, you've got your tabs, which we'll go into in a moment. You've got your drawing toolbar. You've got your time frames. So right now it's on an hour chart. So every candlestick you see, it's took 1 hour to get from one point to the other, which I'm sure you know that if you've went through the education. So you can change by just clicking on those. You don't really need to use these or these. This is more if you have got expert advisors. You have to kind of have this auto trading on if you've got bots and things like that on your computer, on your platform. You've got your new order window. So obviously when you want to place an order in, you use this window, which again, we'll come back to that in more detail. Then you can change, say if you want to go from candlesticks to bar charts or line graphs, you can just kind of flick between 3 of them there. You've got your zooms. I mean, these are self-explanatory to be fair. You've got your windows if you want to get your windows back. And then the only other thing that you mainly use is this here. And this is basically to give this area a little bit of space, especially if you kind of, analysing and you want to kind of forecast where price could go and levels and stuff, and you want to have some nice drawings on there. So you could press that. So now that I've kind of showed you the basics, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to delve in a little bit deeper. And I'm going to start with setting up the chart area. So when you're setting up your chart, what you can do is you can change all of the colors, you can change the lines, everything, and you simply do that by right clicking. You can go all the way down to properties. I just had a feeling it wasn't recording there. And then you can kind of change the colors, change what you can see on the screen. Change if what candles, which you can do that at the top anyway, so you can kind of just modify it to how you like. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause the screen. I'm going to quickly change some of these colors just to kind of show you. All right, so I've just changed a few of the colors there, but like I said, it's personal to what you want. I'm just going to press OK, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save this as a template. So you right click, go to templates, go to save templates. And then you literally just pop in whatever you want, if you want to call it. I'm just going to put my name for now. Just press save. And then it means next time you go to a new chart, especially when you've just opened it and they all look like this, you can right click and you can just go to templates and you can see it there, click it, and then it's changed. If you do obviously end up opening loads of tabs, you can simply close the tabs by right clicking and just pressing close. You have to actually have it clicked on it. And just closing like that. And then again, if you want to add some more, you just go to new chart and select what you want again. All right, so now we're going to move on and I'm going to show you how to add the symbols in here. Now, just to let you know as well, especially if you're on a demo, not every symbol shows up. So when you do have a broker, you need to kind of check to see what they actually trade, because there's some different things that some brokers trade where others don't. And most demos don't have everything in there anyway. And a lot of times what I've found as well is if I've had a platform on the computer, sometimes I can access the currency on my phone. So as soon as I've had to like enter the trade on my phone, then it appears up in my toolbox, and then I can kind of like check it out on the computer that way, which is a bit, not ideal, but that has happened to me before. So there's a few ways that you can add new symbols. So say, for example, we're going to add pound US. So just going to type it in. And of course, when you're new, you might not know what all of these abbreviations are, but you will get used to knowing what's what. So I can see there we've got pound, US dollar. I'm going to press enter. So now we've got that there. I'll just drag it across. And now I can see this is the pound US pair. So that's one way you can add it. But if you're thinking, oh, well, I don't know what's what, and I want to kind of have a look, what you can do is you can right click and you've got a few options. So you've got symbols, sets, and you've got sort. I never usually use the sort. So I would normally use the sets, and I would go to add, or I'd go to symbols. So if you click on the symbols first, and what we can do is we can see them here. So we've got, FX, we've got spot metals, we've got CFDs. The ones that are highlighted means that they're on the chart. And if you scroll down, you see the ones in grey that aren't highlighted. So if we click on one there and we say show symbol, you'll see that it's shown up right over here. And then we can hide symbol to kind of move it out of the way again. So we can do it that way, where we can just individually click to add the symbols. Press OK. And another way you can add your symbols is by just going where it says symbol. You can right click, go down to sets, and you can either go to add Forex all crosses. So if we go to add, and we'll say currency. Just added all the extra ones there. Right click, and we might say we'll put Forex all, which this is a demo account, it's not really working properly. But that's basically the different options of adding the symbols. So the best way I would probably say is if you know what the currency is, which more than likely you're going to, especially if you're analysing it on something like TradingView, which is a more clearer chart to analyse the different currencies rather than analysing on MT4, MT5, is just to click and add. And the second one would be to go to symbols and literally just look for and select the one that you need. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these back. We'll just add them there. All right, so the next thing I'm going to go over is just basically looking through these, just seeing if there's anything else that I think will be helpful to obviously cover. So when you go to file, you already know obviously how to log in to an account. The data folder, that's basically when you want to add expert advisors. And if you have your own indicators, you can open the data folder, but that will be a completely different video. It's a little bit more advanced. And then obviously you've got new chart, which I showed you before. You just select the new chart and it opens up a new tab. Then you've got your view, which basically just kind of, you can go and select what you want to view on this platform. So let's say you think, do you know what? I've got the symbols saved down here that I want to trade. I don't really need the navigator. I want to kind of get rid of them. So you can literally either cross them off this way, or you can do it this way. So you can literally go to view, select and unselect, or you can literally just cross them off. And the same with the terminal as well, the toolbox rather. If you want to cross it off, you can just go back to view, and there it is there, toolbox, and it just brings it back. So that's kind of how you would use this. And I think it's quite self-explanatory for the rest as well. So your different toolbars, you can kind of remove them, add them back on. And as you can see, you've got your symbols button there again as well. So your insert, this would be when you're coming to use an indicator as your objects or different drawings. So I know we've got like a drawings toolbar here, which is the main ones that you're probably going to use. But if you did want to have more, I mean, there's a couple down there. But you would literally go to insert, you go to objects, and you've got your different lines, you've got channels, and different things that you may want to kind of use. So what you would just do if you wanted to use one of these was, we'll just kind of click select it, drag, move, let go, double click to obviously secure it, click again to delete. Or there is another way that you can delete. Let's say if you've got multiple drawings on your chart, just bang them everywhere. So you've got lots of things on there. You can go to, so we've inserted them, but now you want to go to the chart because they're on the chart, and we want to say, right, well, I want to look at the objects. So you want to go to your object list, or you can say delete all selected. But if you click the object list, you can click on the ones that you want to delete, or you can go to objects, delete all selected because they were obviously still selected. So that's what you can do there as well. Now, just to quickly show you how the Fibonacci came up when it was yellow, we can actually click on the properties of this and change the colors of this as well. So you've got the different levels there, and you can kind of go and change the colors of those. So you just click on, we'll change the color to, we'll say a dark green for now. So it just changes the colors on that, so you can personalize that one too. Let me see what else. Same with indicators. So the indicators, you can have like a moving average, which is probably something that's a little bit more, I would say, popular. So let's just click on that. Change the line because there's already a red line on there. I'll change that one to yellow. And then you can see the moving average there. Now, if you want that off, same, you would go chart, but this time you wouldn't go to objects, you go to indicator list, and you would just click on delete. There was already one on there, the red one, which I've just removed now, and just delete them off. And the other ones, obviously, in the insert, you probably wouldn't need to use right now. And then going to the chart, again, this is a bit like view, where you can kind of click on what you want to see and the type of bar charts, but you've got obviously the shortcuts along the top anyway. You wouldn't kind of need to click anything else on the charts at all, other than your templates when you want to load a template. So your tools, I never really use the tools, but the new order one, that one's there. But again, it is on the shortcut, and your window, that is literally if you want to kind of select your tiles again, and you can kind of change how you want them to be viewed. You can kind of go back, maximize the one that you want to see. The help button, I don't ever use that one, so I wouldn't even say that's something that you would need to worry about. You know, you're in a team with great leaders, so if there's anything else that you need help with, then of course, you know, reach out to one of the team. So other than obviously going over the market watch, showing you kind of the basics, what you're kind of looking at, we're going to kind of delve into a little bit more of putting in a trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the one-click trading. So that's what you can see right here, which means, you know, if you wanted to have an entry where it's market execution, which means whatever price is, you want to be buying in or selling at that price. Remember spreads as well. But if you want to be entering straight away, you can kind of come over and you can, you know, press these. If you are going to use one-click trading, what I would suggest is making sure that you still use right risk management. You've already got your lot size, your volume set up, and you know where your stop loss and your take profit's going to be. This is just for quickness. And if you're doing like a scalping strategy, this is something that you might want to do. I do quite like scalping, but personally, I don't really like this one-click trading. But you know, that's just me. So if you don't want this on your screen, you can kind of just select that. It moves it out of the way. And this one here is just kind of shows you the depth of the market. It shows you the spreads as well. But obviously, if you're not going to use this, you can take it off. You can also do that by going to right click and going to one click trading as well. So what I would normally do is open the new order window. Now, when you're obviously wanting to do it, you've got market execution there, you've got pending orders, and there is videos about, the different types of orders and how to kind of use it. But let's say, for example, I just kind of want to put a market execution in right now. This demo account, just obviously set it up now. I don't think it lets you trade because it's a £100,000 demo account. The smallest is a 0.10 lots. So let's say I'm going to just press a sell. Popped in a sell right there. So now I'm in the trade. I can see in my toolbox down below, that is my trade. So if I want to if I want to modify my trade, or I now want to add in the stop loss and the take profit, there's a few ways I can do this. So normally what I like to do is just drag and drop. Let me see if I can find it. So let's say I want to have my stop loss here, modify, and then let's say I want to have my take profit down here, and you just press modify and that is done. Or what I can do, let's say even if I have put them in that way, I can edit by right clicking here and going to modify, and then I can obviously change the stop loss and the take profit level. Or I can actually go on the green line, entry line, right click and modify this way as well. So just to obviously let you know, I have obviously opened this up and it's took us a few hours today just to kind of record this video with interruptions. I'm having a child and having a dog as well. So what normally happens when you first have a trading platform, when you first go to put an order in, there will be a box that will appear and it'll kind of be an agreement in regards to the one-click trading. Now, what I would say is do not select and accept one-click trading if you feel like you might want to kind of close partial profits. And what I mean by that is if you've got a one-click trading set up on your platform, when you go to right click and you go to close position, it will close out straight away. But you don't want to do that if you want to cut out, obviously take out partials. What you want to do is you want to press the close, but you want to bring this box up so that you can edit the volume so that you can obviously close out part of your trade. Now, like I said, if you've got one-click trade, it'll just close it instantly. And if you do want to know more about how to take partials, there is another video about that as well.